Don't respond with a counter-interruption. Respond with a statement that lets the great football and loves Chiefs 2 shirt moderator know they're not doing their job. With all due respect, Mr. Wallace, please maintain the decorum in this debate deserves. I deserve respect, and the American people demand it. It's not Biden's job to babysit a toddler. Exploit the weakness of the construct. Don't try to reason with an imbecile. Biden just said what we have been thinking the past 4 years. It's like great. Yeah, he had a chance to condemn white supremacists but refused to do so. He barely said that he said, "Proud Boys," which, okay, is a subsection of these racist assholes, but the way he paused, said it super quickly, and didn't even say what he was asked to say. Also, yeah, stand by. He hasn't condemned anything and went on a rant instead of Antifa. Yup. Stand by. He didn't even get stand down out of his mouth. Somehow, with the sheer amount of words that spill out of his empty head, I'm half surprised he didn't condemn the Proud Boys accidentally. That's something you say to people who work for you. It's a straight-up admission. Yeah, he had a chance to condemn white supremacists but refused to do so. He barely said that he said, "Proud Boys," which, okay, is a subsection of these racist assholes, but the way he paused, said it super quickly, and didn't even say what he was asked to say. Also, yeah, great football and loves Chiefs 2 shirt stand by. He hasn't condemned anything and went on a rant instead of Antifa. Yup. Stand by. He didn't even get stand down out of his mouth. Somehow, with the sheer amount of words that spill out of his empty head, I'm half surprised he didn't condemn the Proud Boys accidentally. That's something you say to people who work for you. It's a straight-up admission. Great football and loves Chiefs 2 shirt. Ladies tee. Long-sleeved. Sweater and hoodie. Great football and loves Chiefs 2 ladies tee. Ladies tee. It was incredibly inappropriate, but I lay the blame for that entirely at feet for lowering the great football and loves Chiefs 2 shirt station and prestige of the office to such depths that such speech becomes not only warranted, but unsurprising. The fact that Biden said, "Would you shut up, man," and referred to him as "this clown," and no one batted an eye tells you everything you need to know about the damage has done to this country and this government. I mean, that's not really what about. Why would you expect one party in a debate to be appropriate when the other isn't? No one looks good wrestling a pig. Speaking of inappropriate, interrupted Biden wants to say, "No, you're number 2. I'd anything tonight works." It will be when Biden just literally ignored raving in the background and started talking directly to the camera, viewer at home. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that so literally in a debate. Supporters about Biden calling a clown. That's unacceptable. Supporters about calling Biden dumb and accusing his son of having a drug abuse problem and being dishonorably discharged from the army. Great football and loves Chiefs 2 shirt, that's fine. They're actually whining about Wallace and how he was unfair to. That's why he won. I'm calling it now. All the news will be about how Joe didn't have an answer to anything. It won't be that he anything. Look like Donnie might need to pee in the cup. As with everything says, much projection when asks for them to take drug tests. I really wish Biden or Hillary would have called him out on that and been like, "Sure, let's do it, but we use bipartisan doctors for the test, not one chosen by you from some sleazy strip mall." Then watch just how fast Donnie backpedals and all of a sudden didn't want to take it. It's your duty to watch it. At the very least you will know the specifics that led to American democracy falling. My sounds that way because he is exactly that way. I can't stand watching him, so I just wait until the news to get my updates. My mom and bro were and said Trump's bullying tactics were making Biden look weak. Just hearing two serious anti-people agree on that stressed me out. They are more everyman Democrat light than I am, so I trust they see it from that vantage point. Over the Reddit bubble. Great football and loves Chiefs too long-sleeved. Long-sleeved. I'm sure supporters will go on and on how inappropriate it was, but man, I cannot blame him. Great football and loves Chiefs too shirt. Biden got way less time because of this. This is 100% I'm about to call out. But what about all of the inappropriate has done and they've still supported him? It'll be hilarious watching them do that, considering the clown literally said, bastards, on live television. Unpresidential behavior. But the idiots will focus on Biden's comment to defend the Oompa Loompa. The entire shtick is that he's an asshole who tells it how it is. There is a person in the town where I work who sets up a huge stand on a near daily basis selling all kinds of campaign staff. I'm almost certain none of it is actually licensed or in any way benefits financially. But people still buy from there. It's wild. I would imagine it's the same people who believe COVID will be over in November though. There are a lot of those around my area. Suddenly, it seems more than a little openly fascistic. Like, what does this refer to? I mean, there's plenty more inappropriate things has done. He literally bragged about his penis. He ran on being a dick. Likes to parade around being a dick. And has done so his entire great football and loves Chiefs too shirt life. I can't wait for supporters to say Biden was being disrespectful. Truly going to be a pure hypocrite moment for the cult. He tells it like it is. Until he's walking back the inane, racist, or frankly stupid comments that spill out of his mouth damn near 24/7. At that point, the man is joking or sarcastic, never telling it like it is. Tiny mushroom dick. Not to mention, violating the debate rules he agreed to, which is the only reason Biden told him to shut up anyway. On stage, during the primary debates in 2016. Did you miss the Pocahontas comment? Then Great Football and Loves Chiefs too shirt said diversity training was unnecessary. The guy is insane. Calling diversity training bad because it makes those in the course feel bad. It's like, duh, that's why it's necessary. It makes them realize they're bad people for treating others horribly just for being different. But supporters won't care, which is despicable. What was that about anyway? Did just make that up of whole cloth, or is there some background story here? Seems unlikely Biden has ever called the troops bastards just for serving. I mean, he has 2 sons who did. WTF was that about with Great Football and Loves Chiefs too sweater. If they would mute mics and Biden knew he wouldn't get interrupted every 3 seconds by Great Football and Loves Chiefs too shirt, a whiny, screaming temper tantrum toddler, he would be able to speak easier and explain more about his plans. He probably wouldn't stutter at all like his acceptance speech. On the other hand, given the same advantage, would still sound like a whiny, screaming, temper tantrum toddler with no platform or plans other than white supremacy apparently. That's just doesn't want people to watch the debates. Plausible deniability. They edited the clip. I didn't interrupt. I was the nice person on that stage. They just wanted to give Slow Joe more time. The people who needed to watch that show didn't. Biden has been a little bad. And has been awful. Biden would not have interrupted any other candidate. You have to adapt to the circumstances. Also, the example in the headline isn't even as bad as when said, "You're a number 2 inches." I forced myself to watch it. I needed to endure it with Uncle Joe. That was the stronger test of a person's patience. Great Football and Loves Chiefs too shirt. I made it about 40 minutes before I finally had to tap out. Is usually unbearable. But in that debate, he was something else. I understand the moderator has a tough job. And he did his best, but allowing to throw fits over Biden's responses outside of allocated time is unacceptable. I tuned in for a bit, but as soon as I interrupted and asked how many cops support Biden, I immediately turned it off because he wouldn't shut up. God. I hate that man. No. Let it go. It sounds horrible it's like he's constantly putting out fires. Biden's biggest tool might actually be that he stays relatively great football and loves Chiefs too. Shirt quiet. A big boy and has a lot of rope after 4 years. He told Biden you're a number 2. The dude pulled out the kindergarten insults. Like seriously. Shut up until it's your turn. He sounds like a whiny baby and I can't watch it. Dude, I'm not seeing anyone post this, but it is his only strategy. Every time Biden had room to talk he would do pretty good. Interrupting is killing Biden's flow. I won't watch any more debates certainly. It's not like it is going to change my mind. And it sure is not informative regarding the platform since everything he says is a lie. It just churns my stomach to watch him. He can't hold a thought for a minute, so there's no donation. It's just a rant and lying. Unfortunately, he did the same thing last election, and instead of being castigated as a whiny baby, his base praised him for being strong. Great football and loves Chiefs too. Hoodie. Stand by white supremacists. This won't end well. Poll watchers. 3 takes on fascism. Great football and loves Chiefs too shirt. The poll watchers will be there to shut down specific polling places. Disenfranchised voters. Literally terrifying. You could not have picked a more ominous response. This is like watching a train wreck. It's horrible but can't stop watching. I choose not to watch. Although I admit I tried. But the voice is like fingernails on a blackboard to me. I had to turn it off after the first hissy. Thank God I'm just a concerned neighbor. And it's not my dumpster fire. I'm going to make a drink. What is this? This is why I can't watch it right now. My blood is boiling just checking the comments to a Reddit post about something that happened in the debate. Pretty sure I'd explode in a bloody mass all over my living room if I turned it on. Is simply unfit to be anywhere but maybe jail. Or maybe the Fletcher Memorial Home for Incurable Tyrants and Kings. I just have to say, it's absolutely disgusting how went after Biden's kids. And good for Biden for sticking up for his family, even the hard parts. I'm Canadian great football and loves Chiefs too shirt. I don't have a horse in this race, well. No more so than the rest of the world watching in abject horror, but goddamn. Was that appalling. It's almost like they're in a cult. Should have filmed them and then showed them to them. They are calling Chris Wallace a liberal and say he teamed up with Biden against how upside down. Does someone's mind need to be to honestly believe, deep down in their soul, that Chris Wallace is some sort of secret Democrat? Not so much. Checking in their spheres they seem somewhat upset. Even they think Biden came out on top. This is such an unfortunate truth. I am still very curious about why they follow him. He pays fewer taxes than the majority of us. Regardless of race, gender, etc. Like he literally paid $750 in taxes in 2017 and he is a billionaire living in great football and loves Chiefs too shirt, a lavish mansion that we pay for. Meanwhile, we're all distracted fighting each other over what political party is better than the other. Sometimes I wish we could stick to the facts that we could assimilate to as middle-class America. Like, has anyone else paid more than $750 in taxes in 1 year? Like, who else has money to pay attorneys and CPAs to teach you tax tricks to come out with a $750 tax bill, and better yet write off what you spent on those attorneys and CPAs to get you that $750 bill? Other products.